Well, here's the update. Things didn't go as planned, and one of the problems I ran into was my Harbor Freight gun took a dump. And I wasn't going to waste 16 ounces of paint, so I had to put sealer primer into my Segola, which I'm not too thrilled about. I never wanted to do that. I wanted to just use it for a base and clear gun. And I know some people wouldn't even do that, but I had no choice, and I had to just make sure I cleaned it really good today. I spent a half an hour cleaning that thing out when I was done. Second problem I ran into this weekend was on my fender skirt, on my rear skirt on the Bug. Before I ran into the garage game and learned how to do things right, I had Rust-Oleum. It was a black Rust-Oleum primer on the skirt, and that was one of the only places I didn't take it off. And I should have, but over time, as the car's been sitting in here with high build primer and epoxy primer and all that on there, it decided to pop, and I never noticed it until I started putting on some of this sealer, and the cracks showed up like a sore thumb. So I spent a good hour this morning grinding the rear fender skirt down to metal and feathering it out and recoating it with primer, and I'm still not happy with it. I'm probably going to have to use some guide coat again on this. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but it'll be getting some guide coat, and some wet sanding will be done on this to try to smooth it out some more. You probably can't tell too much in the video, but if you look at it in the right light, you can see it. But other than that, I moved forward, got all the fenders painted, got the body done, and didn't come out too bad. Of course, that Segola gun's 100 times better than a Harbor Freight, and I knew it'd lay good, but I never intended to use it this way. So, dash is done, it's sealed, and the doors are done. Everything's got sealer on it now, which means I'm going to have to Scotch-Brite it next weekend before I put the color on. But such is life. It's kind of a lesson learned. Don't be lazy like me, and listen to the pros. I'm sure others have run into this problem, but I hope to never do it again. I know I'll never do it again. But all in all, it looks pretty good. It's got that white, flat stealth look to it. The dents are no more. It looks pretty smooth. Not bad for a hair lip or a beginner painter like myself. I mean, I've watched my dad do a few cars, but he always used pressure pots, and most of his was I think they call it single stage paint, and you feel a little more confident as you do things, and I'm glad I took on the project, and it's definitely been a project. I've taken a car down to bare metal, and finishing it out is not for the weak at heart, I can tell you that. But we're getting there, and we'll just have to end up using some Scotch-Brite. I think I'll have to use the gray. I think the gray is the right color. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I think the gray is higher than 600 grit, which should be okay for fine finishing before you lay a color down and clear. I don't think that'll show up the scratches, but please, somebody that knows, comment back and let me know if using the gray Scotch-Brite before I lay down the base coat next weekend is okay. But anyways, we're getting there. I'm pretty proud of my taping job. Thought I did pretty good with that. That came out pretty nice. I found a technique that I used which worked pretty well as far as getting it to fit into the window better. I got all these windows done with a single piece of paper, which to me was pretty cool. I know it's probably minor to some people, but you learn as you go, and it is what it is. So anyways, that's the update. I'm sorry I didn't have color and clear on there for you to see, but like I said, problems happen, and There's another term that they made bumper stickers with for that. If you've seen Forrest Gump, you know what I mean. Anyways, that's that. Take it easy.